Breaking news. Consumer Reports is now suggesting that customers should pay the price that's listed on the price tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Way to get it right. So you may be
Yay.
going, what caused this breaking news? Okay, well, let's dig into this. So, Consumer Reports, if you're not aware, they go and they usually do basically reports about consumer products. It can be about different supplements, it can be about so many things, and sometimes they target grocery stores because why not? And you're never going to guess which grocery store we're talking about because we love them. It's Kroger. So, Consumer Reports went and checked at multiple different Kroger and Kroger owned stores over 14 states. Okay. And they didn't just do it like once, they did it over a 3-month period. Okay. And what they were looking at was price tags and specifically sale price tags. Okay. Right. And they found 14 stores, or, stores in 14 states. I don't know. It was over 2 dozen. So let's say 25 stores in 14 states. They found 150 items that were mismarked, which led to overages. The average overage was $1.70 per item, making each of those items on average cost 18% more than the quote unquote advertised label in front of the product. Okay. So you're like, what do you mean? Okay. Well, for instance, in the Harris Teeter in Virginia, a bag of Mission Flour tortillas was advertised on sale for $2.99, but the customer was charged $4.99. Okay.
Oh my God.
And so, although all these, pricing mistakes, they were all found at these Kroger stores.
Right.
The issue is actually at all the Kroger stores. And what it is, basically, Kroger does not keep up with the little sale tags every week. So you walk through there and you see something's on sale, but it could have been from last week's. Some of them they found were 3 to 4 weeks old, so they were missed multiple times.
Jesus.
Okay. And Kroger did respond to this, stating that the characterization of widespread pricing concerns is patently false. Okay. And they added that these errors cited by investigators represent only a few dozen examples across several years out of billions of customer transactions annually. Okay. Well, I can attest that every time I've gone to Kroger, I have found multiple items that rang up at a different price than what was listed as the sale tag. So yes, it might only be affecting a small number, but like they said, when you have billions of customer transactions, how many of them are getting rung up wrong? That's a lot of money.
Well, and it kind of makes sense. Like, I constantly complain. This is my biggest beef. It is my pet peeve. It is my angry place, if you will. Like with Kroger and how I always seem to not be able to get the sale thing right. Like 5 items, save $5. And I swear I've got 5 items, but for whatever reason, the sale's not rung up. And some of that could just be due to the fact that the labels are wrong. These could be old sale labels that are making it where I'm not getting the sale because it no longer exists.
Well, and here's the thing too. So an analyst was stating that there's actually a persistent flow of complaints from Kroger customers, specifically over out of date sales prices. And this dates back to COVID-19. And they're stating that in Ohio, the Attorney General's office has received 60 complaints specifically about price tags and overcharges at Kroger in the last 4 years. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but I have seen plenty of this, but never once have I actually filed a formal complaint.
Yeah, so and I don't think a lot of people realize you can't.
Yes, every state has an attorney general's office and they all have like a consumer affairs, and it's usually a form that you can fill out. And that some states, I think it's Michigan, you have within 30 days of purchasing an item that the store has to refund you the difference. Like if they're in error, and in Michigan, there's actually a bounty So if you have a product that rings up at the wrong price, you get the difference that you're owed. And in some cases, you can receive $1 to $5 more as a bounty. Okay.
Nice.
And a lot of
Okay.
states have this. And what it is it's a penalty to the store for not, having prices accurately. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, so the Kroger app has a scanner where you can scan
Great.
prices. And I've used it, and you can scan a product, it'll tell you the price. And then when you go to check out, it still rings up at a different price. So
That's
you know what I
crazy
mean?
because
Like
I've
you
done
would
it too.
think because they have a scanner that the scanner would at least be accurate. But no, the scanner is the online price, similar to
Mhm.
like Walmart, whereas your in-store price could be totally different.
Yep.
Now, of course, Kroger always says they're committed to affordable and accurate pricing, that we conduct robust price check processes that review millions of items weekly to ensure our prices are accurate. So, but they can't lie about the numbers. Okay. And one of the things that Consumer Reports pointed out was that between 2019 and 2024, the average number of employees at Kroger-owned stores fell by more than 10%. They are estimating that each store now employs 17 less people. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And so basically, they're saying that the average number of hours worked by employees also fell by about 2.7 hours per week. Okay. And if you think about how many items are in a store, and Kroger, they have a pretty robust pharmacy section, they have a home goods section, and then they have all the food section. So you're easily talking about 30,000 products. And each
Right.
item that's on sale, chips may be on sale, but they probably have 17 little tags for all the all the flavors of chips that are on sale. So I get how easy it is to be missed. But at the same token, though, they're basically stating that they simply don't have enough employees to manually switch out price labels. Okay. And Kroger's like, nope, that's not our problem. We don't have a problem with understaffing. Well, they either have a problem with understaffing or accuracy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, they did this in 14 different states. And I don't even know if Georgia was included in there, but I can tell you that all the different places I've lived in Georgia where there's a Kroger store, they've all had the same issues. Like, to me, it's very much a widespread known issue.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of leaning towards the next time I find one of actually reporting it.
Same.
Because if more people report it, something might actually finally get done.
Well, we've talked about that before. I think it was Dollar General. Was it Dollar General or
Yes,
Family
Dollar
Dollar?
General, Family Dollar. It was
They
quite a
got
few of them that all
fined.
got fined for overcharging.
Yeah, because they weren't keeping up to date with their SKUs in the store. And I did the old googly again, and it said that the average Kroger has about 80,000 SKUs.
Wow, that's crazy. And that's
That's a lot.
more because the average just grocery store has 30,000. So an
Yeah.
average Kroger has much more. And then here's the kicker that I think is what pisses everybody off about this. Like, we understand, and there are plenty of grocery stores where they have like the right price guarantee, where if something rings up wrong, that they will refund you the whole amount or you get one free. There's some type of guarantee.
Right.
But so in this article, they talked about multiple people where they would go in, they tried to purchase something, it rang up wrong. You can't fix it in the eye, at the checkout. They tell you, oh,
No.
you'll have to go to customer service. So now you got to get it, finish your transaction, go stand in line, and then they fix it for you, but then they're not going to fix it in the aisle. So, you know
No.
what I mean? It's not, because one guy said that he went in, he bought something, it was the wrong price, he got his price difference, and then he went back to the store 2 times more within the same week, and never once was the tag removed. The third time he went, he actually ripped the tag off and took it to customer service and said, how many people did you screw? And of
I
course,
would
they
have
got
done
all
the
mad at him,
same thing. Like, if you're
you
not willing to
know?
fix the issue, I'm going to fix it for you. Well, because
Right?
you can take the sale part off. So if the sale
Yeah.
part, if it's not even like, that's the thing. And a lot of people go in with a dollar amount that they're able to spend, and an unexpected $2 here and an unexpected 30 cents there and 15, it adds up. It adds up.
Well,
And you would have made different choices based on the signage.
and I'm one of those that my eye is looking for those tags. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm looking at crackers, my eye is going to the ones that are on sale first.
Right.
I'm not I mean, God, I'm getting old, and my eyes are bad. So like, I'm not like bringing my magnifying glass to double check the dates that are on those sales tags.
I do.
But here's the thing that really gets me is that in March, not too long ago, Kroger reported $3.8 billion in operating profit. How much of that is because they're just overcharging people?
Well,
I'm
they've
going to
cut
guess
all
a
the
pretty good
labor they
chunk.
can. Yeah. They cut all the
So,
labor and then they get to overcharge you. So,
yeah. So
job
let
well
us know
done.
down below. Have you ever been overcharged by Kroger? Have you ever like complained about a price being wrong and they actually went and fixed it? Or did they just give you your money back and anybody else that didn't check? 3, how often are you checking your receipt before you leave the store? Because that is simply the easiest thing you can do is before you leave, check that receipt, make sure you're paying the price that you thought you were paying, because once you leave, odds are good you're not going back in the store. You're not going to fix it later. So let us know your thoughts down below.